guys, welcome to my very first video. For all of those who are only coming across my page for the very first time, my name is Annabelle and I am a cosmetic nurse. If you guys don't know what a cosmetic nurse is, basically our job is to help with skin conditions and issues, and we basically apply dermal therapies as well as cosmetic injectables including Botox and dermal fillers. So just a little bit of background about myself. I am a registered nurse, so I've been a nurse for about 3 years. I've worked in ICU, I've worked in cardiothoracic, and I've basically nearly finished with my postgraduate diploma in cosmetic nursing. I am currently in the industry already, so I have been practicing dental therapies and cosmetic injectables. And basically, I'm here today to essentially share all my knowledge about skin, about Botox, about dermal fillers to you guys, because I do get a lot of inboxes about people's skin concerns, and sometimes it's really hard to cater to everyone, considering I do work full-time and have to finish off my last 2 units of my course as well. So basically these videos are for everyone, so hopefully you guys are able to learn from what I share with you guys today and enjoy my content. And yeah, the first topic I'm going to be covering today is going to be dry skin. So before I do delve into the topic, I do want to clear up the confusion between dry skin and dry combination skin. So with dry skin, essentially your skin is characterized by dry, flaky skin, often can be irritated easily, quite sensitive at times. And with dry combination skin, the best way I can describe it is when you wash your face in the morning, it's really dry, it can be flaky at times as well. You moisturize it, but throughout the day it becomes progressively oily, particular areas such as the T-zone, and that is essentially combo skin. And the reason why I've decided to clear this up is because what I recommend to someone with dry skin is not going to particularly benefit someone with dry combination skin. To some extent it can, but I wouldn't copy someone with dry eczema-prone skin. I wouldn't copy their skincare regime, and this applies with any type of skincare concern that you guys come up up to me with. So it's really important for you guys to really view the skin in a holistic view as well, because the skin is such a complex organ. It is your largest one, and when it comes to skin, things surface on top of the skin because there is something else going on inside of your body. So things such as your diet can cause flare-ups to your skin. If you're intolerant to anything, allergies can cause flare-ups as well. Your stress levels can cause your skin to break out, and other things such as your sleeping patterns can cause you to break out as well, and can also cause you guys to age. So from this video going forward, I want you guys to start picking out not only products but also lifestyle habits that you guys can change to help you in the long run and can really help you guys out with your skin. Alright guys, so when I did get questions about dry skin, a lot of people brought up eczema. So if you guys don't know what eczema is a chronic inflammatory skin condition that is genetic. It's often characterized by dry, flaky, crusty skin. Sometimes your skin may appear leathery. It can also weep as well if the area is affected. So everyone deals with eczema differently. So when I say that eczema has different triggers and also has a different level of severity for each individual. So for example, some people may find that they only get eczema from particular products, and there's another term for that is contact dermatitis. Some people get it, some people like myself, I get discoid eczema. So this type of eczema only came up when I was in my early 20s, and it is characterized by itchy, crusty and flaky skin. It's also weeps as well, which was really gross, and my triggers were red meat and chocolate. So this is what I mean when I go back to talking about understanding what your triggers are and trying to avoid these products or, you know, these type of foods, so that can help you actually manage, apart from having to apply 10 billion products onto your skin. Okay, so I'm going to get a little bit sciencey here, but I'll try to make this as simple as possible. So with eczema, the cause of eczema is actually unclear. However, there are some theories out there. One of them being it is due to a mutation in a gene called filaggrin. So naturally the skin contains 2 copies of the filaggrin gene, and the role of the filaggrin gene is to actually help form the skin's protective barrier. So people with eczema only have 1 copy, meaning that their skin is a little bit more compromised because they're lacking the full or the complete formation of their protective skin. As a result, this just makes their skin a little bit more sensitive to irritants, and they may find that their ability to repair their protective skin barrier as well is to some degree limited. Another degree as well suggests that people with eczema have a decrease of or a lack of sebaceous glands. So sebaceous glands, otherwise known as oil glands, sebaceous glands are actually found all over the body, and it's actually connected to your hair follicles. It secretes oils, or the scientific name for it is sebum. And sebum is essentially a concoction of complex oils, and it has a protective factor on the skin by providing lubrication and protecting it from friction. It transports antioxidants as well on the skin. It possesses an innate antibacterial function, and it's also pro-inflammatory and anti-inflammatory. So with a lack of sebaceous glands, it can leave the skin quite dry, and it also compromises the skin from its lack of sebum production and secretion, which contain these protective factors. So to put this into layman's terms, eczema is basically skin that is compromised from a lack of or decrease of its protective factors. Okay, so now that we've covered some of the genetic and biological theories of eczema, let's start talking about other things that can contribute to dry skin and other things that can cause these flare-ups. So first things first is your hydration levels, and I'm not really going to fully elaborate on this one, and the reason for it is because it's pretty common sense and it's something that you should be doing for your general health anyways. And just to quickly explain to you why the skin becomes dehydrated first, is because when the body is dehydrated, the body will draw fluid from its peripheral extremities that don't need the fluid to function optimally in comparison to your vital organs such as your brain, your heart, and your lungs. Your body will naturally draw the fluid from the extremities to make sure that we are functioning perfectly fine. So a good indication that you are dehydrated without you having to feel thirsty all the time is the hydration of your lips. So if your lips are quite dehydrated, I would recommend that you guys start drinking a little bit more water, because yeah. So the weather actually plays a distinctive role in giving your skin moisture. So if you haven't noticed already, during winter your skin is a lot more drier in comparison to what your skin is like during summer. And the reason for this is because of the humidity in the air as well as the moisture. So in summer it's nice and humid, there's moisture in the air that's giving you that extra moisturization, whereas in winter you'll find that the skin is a lot more dry because of the dry air. It's thin, that's how I like to describe it, and piercing at times as well. But that's essentially one of the main contributing factors to dry skin. And I do find that a lot of people that do complain about their eczema only start complaining about flare-ups during winter because of this lack of humidity. Another environmental factor that could be contributing to dry skin is your workplace. So a lot of my clients that work in an office find that their skin is extremely dry when they go to the office in comparison to what their skin is like when they're at home. And the reason for this is because of the circulating dry air. So if you're someone that is seated next to the heater, or your workplace has the heater on full force throughout the entire day, this is dry air circulating, and it is literally grabbing your oils and the hydration from your skin. So this can be really dehydrating, and obviously no one really wants to be a Karen at work and turn off the heater, especially during winter. But this is definitely a contributing factor to your dry skin, and my best recommendation for the two factors that I've just mentioned is to bring a moisturizer with you, a nice thick one that has a ceramide in it, because that gives your skin extra protection as well as hydrates the skin as well. Okay guys, so let's start talking about your skincare. So your skincare can actually make your skin dry if you're not doing it correctly, if you're using the incorrect products. So some of the questions I want you guys to start asking yourself if you have dry skin is whether or not you should be exfoliating if it's necessary, whether or not you are over exfoliating, and if you're using the correct products for exfoliating, and last of all, if you have started to incorporate an active ingredient such as a vitamin A or B. I always recommend my clients who have normal skin to only exfoliate once or twice a week, and if you are prone to eczema or trying to manage a flare-up, I would avoid exfoliating completely. Your skin is already flaking off dead skin, and there's really no need to exacerbate this and cause irritation, and yeah. So let's start talking about some toners and some chemical exfoliants. So in the market, you'll commonly find AHA and BHA products. I just want you guys to understand that although they are all exfoliating, they all work differently inside the skin. You do have 4 layers of the epidermis, so each of these products work or penetrate at a different level. So the best product I would recommend to someone who has dry skin would be a lactic acid, which is an alpha hydroxy acid. This is one of the larger largest sized chemical exfoliants, and that just means that it's a little bit more harder to penetrate into the skin, so it's less irritating in comparison to a glycolic and a salicylic on someone who has eczema prone skin. It also contains an extra hydroxyl group, so that basically means that it's a little bit more hydrating in comparison to the other exfoliants. Other products that can be quite drying to your skin is a vitamin A or a vitamin B. So both these products are quite drying. In terms of your vitamin B, vitamin A, it's a cell regenerator, so it will naturally make your skin a little bit dry when you first start incorporating that into your skincare regime. Just make sure that you understand how to use a vitamin A and that you're starting off with a lower dose or percentage of the vitamin A, but the mild to moderate flaking is actually quite normal. If you are someone who already has dry skin, I wouldn't recommend using it yet, but if you've got normal skin and it's just starting to become a little bit flaky, then that's completely normal. On the other hand, there's also vitamin B. So vitamin B is otherwise known as niacinamide, and that is quite drying to the skin as well. If you are someone that has really dry skin as well, I would avoid using that. But if you are normal to dry, then your skin can build up its epidermis, and it will go over that curve of dry flaky skin just within the first few weeks. And that's essentially in terms of skincare. Other factors that can contribute to dry skin is aging. So as we get older, our sebaceous glands, like I mentioned before, which excrete the sebum, that provides us with a protective factor, does decrease. So it doesn't produce as much, it doesn't produce or excrete as much sebum. And another factor that is causing your skin to be dry is alcohol. Medications that can make your skin quite dry is acne medications, so acne treatments, so such as Roaccutane or Accutane. So if you have been on that before, that you already know that it's very drying. So that's one cause of dry skin. And another medication that can make your skin really dry are medications that cause you to diarrhea a lot, meaning it makes you pee a lot. So this goes for more of the older people who may have cardiac issues, who are on medications such as furosemide or spironolactone, or if they have got like kidney problems, they may be on that medication as well. Otherwise, those are the main medications that can make your skin quite dry. The Now that we've covered some factors that can be contributing to your dry skin, let's start talking about ways to help manage eczema and hopefully combat dry skin. So first things first, avoid having hot showers. So I know this sounds really weird, and the reason for it is because hot water is very drying to the skin, and when you use a cleanser that is quite strong as well, you are literally stripping away your natural oils, and that's the last thing you want to do. So I would recommend using not hot water, lukewarm water, I guess, just warm water really, and using a cleanser that is plain. If you are someone that has really dry skin, I would recommend using something like Dermaveen or any type of cleanser that has oatmeal in it or zinc in it. So both are anti-irritants, so it's really good for someone who has very, very sensitive dry skin. Those are really good cleansers to use in the wash. If you are someone that has only normal to dry skin, I'd recommend using something like Avena milk cleanser wash. So that's something that I like to use, especially during winter, because I know my skin gets really dry, and that one really helps with my dry skin. After taking a shower, I'd recommend also pat drying your skin rather than rubbing your skin with your towel. If you can't get out of that behavior, I would recommend changing your towel to a much more softer one. Sheridan has really good soft towels, and I would recommend their ones. The cleanser I would use as well is Squalene by The Ordinary. So as I mentioned before, the sebum, so sebaceous glands secrete sebum, and sebum actually contains squalene. The Ordinary has a product called Squalene, and that is the stable version of squalene, and that essentially mimics the function of squalene by providing the skin with extra moisture and giving that protective barrier as well. So that's a really good cleanser I would recommend. Throughout the video I will go over some, but I will list in the description of the video some more or like extra products that you guys can use as well that have helped myself and have also helped some of my friends with their dry skin. The next thing I want to go through is some moisturizers and some oils as well. So I don't really use oils because I just don't really like the feeling of it, but if you are looking at oils, rosehip oil is excellent. Probably the main one I would use on my skin if it is dry. The reason for that is not only because it smells amazing, but it's also because it's anti-inflammatory, it's got an anti-irritant function to it as well. It's very nourishing. So that's one oil that I would recommend. In terms of your moisturizers, I would also recommend Dermaveen oatmeal or anything with zinc in it as well. So anything with oatmeal or anything with zinc, as both are anti-irritants and essentially very nourishing. So those are some moisturizers I would recommend verbally. There are some more that I will list down as well. But basically the rule of thirds with dry skin is try to keep your skincare regime as simple as possible. And the reason for that is because if you start adding fragrances into your skincare regime and unnatural things as well, that's when some people can get flare-ups and you can be irritated to some products as well. So if you purchase things such as QV, Dermaveen, CeraVe as well, those are excellent products for someone who has dry to eczema prone skin. The thing I want you guys to include with choosing your moisturizers for your skin is choosing a moisturizer that has a ceramide or ceramides in it. So ceramides it's naturally occurring oils in your skin, and it helps provide a protective barrier to the skin as well as retain moisture. And I have listed some examples like I mentioned, and yeah. Then in terms of the face, so if you're someone that has dry skin, your face, or eczema prone skin in your face, if you're looking at applying serums, I would recommend using a hyaluronic acid serum or a copper peptide. with applying any type of serum to your face, especially one that is a humectant. So humectants basically draw fluid into the skin, okay? But the biggest mistake a lot of people make with a hyaluronic acid or any type of humectant is they don't actually leave the skin a little bit damp before applying it onto your face. So make sure that your face is a little bit damp before you actually apply it on. Otherwise, what the humectant will do is it will draw the fluid from your actual skin, your actual dermis, and pull it outwards rather than drawing the fluid that you've applied onto your skin and pulling it into the skin and giving it that extra hydration. So with the hyaluronic acid, pretty sure everyone knows what a hyaluronic acid serum does. It gives your skin hydration. It's got anti-aging properties. It helps stimulate collagen and elastin regeneration. But I do want to mention, I do want to go over copper peptide. So copper peptide is my holy grail. So it is also a humectant. It's a water-based serum, and it has so many benefits apart from being hydrating and boosting collagen and elastin fibers and regenerating that as well. So with copper peptide, it actually helps with inflammation. So if you are someone who has really red skin, this will help you as well. If you have any flare-ups, copper peptide can help with its anti-inflammatory properties. This particular serum basically helps everyone and anyone. So if you've got acne, that helps. If you've got eczema, it helps. If you've got aging skin, it helps. It's just holy water in a bottle. So I would recommend using that, and I'll link the products down in the thingamabob. So you can really buy it, because I swear to God, it is the best thing you'll ever put on your face. Legit. Alright, so last but not least, let's talk about sunscreen. So sunscreen is a little bit harder for me to recommend to you guys, and the reason for this, people with dry skin are a lot more sensitive to a lot of sunscreens that are out there. The reason for that is because there's so many chemicals in sunscreen. So in terms of finding a sunscreen that is suitable to your skin type, it is all about trial and error. The best thing that I can recommend to you guys is going to Mecca or Sephora and asking if you can get a sample pot of some of their sunscreens and doing a patch test on your skin. There are some in drugstores as well that I can recommend. For instance, my little sister likes to use the Kids Sensitive La Roche-Posay sunscreen, which is 50 plus SPF, UVA and UVB, and it's important for you guys also to get UVA and UVB, but that is definitely going to be a different video that I will cover in another day. So for the meantime, take what you can from my video and learn from your own skin. I hope that what I have elaborated on today helps you guys and helps you change some lifestyle or make some lifestyle changes as well. And if this has helped you, hopefully you guys can share this and like the video as well, and share your knowledge and share what you learned from me to other people, because I'm sure they can benefit from it if they need it, okay? If their skin needs it, and if they need to make some changes to their skincare regime, if they are basically dealing with the same skin issues as you, okay? But for now, good luck with, for now, just good luck, and I will see you guys in my next video.